Hi, everyone, and welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Our producer is Nick Steffens, and our publisher is Matt Bryant. Later today, our guest is Amy Green, the 4-H youth coordinator with ISU Extension. We're going to talk about some of the things going on at the fair. It's a Freaky Friday today, and looking forward to the fair starting. Begins on Sunday. On Monday, our guests will be fair board members to talk about other fair events as well. Amy will talk about kind of the 4-H events, and then Kurt and John will talk about some of the other activities. Let's get on the docket for weather, the police report, the almanac, then we'll have our break and our guest. Right now, it's 73 and mostly cloudy. We had a little bit of rain. Anytime I wash my truck, we get a little bit of rain. This afternoon, high of 86 at 4 p.m. It'll stay cloudy. Tonight, it'll drop to 68. Same thing for the weekend. High of 86, low of 68. Rain also and continuing into Sunday morning. The police report is next. Since we've last been on, we've had, looks like 68 calls for service in the county. Thank you, Nick, for compiling this for me.
Of course.
Each time. 15 are traffic, 5 are animal. There was another owl sighting, by the way.
There was?
So my good friends, Missy and her daughter, Allie, it's a whole animal thing. They've been collecting tree frogs because they're incredibly noisy and not ending their lives. They've been rehoming the tree frogs. So at 10 p.m., they're leaving their subdivision, and on the post at the subdivision is this large owl that Allie spots. I think there's pictures that we'll have to find, but anyway, it's just been this whole owl theme because we had the owl with the hurt eye that was spotted 3 times and then collected, another owl, and then this is like the 4th.
I might have to reach out to what is it, DNR that collected
The county conservation.
the county conservation? I have to reach out to them just make check up on the owl.
We are hoping to have Zach on as a guest, but I am all distracted. Enough. 5 animal, 5 harassment, 4 sex offender checks, 4 public service. Again, with the singles for all the usual stuff: fraud, assault, theft, civil dispute, civil standby, hang-up calls, drugs and narcotics, all the good stuff. 1 fire call. As we speak, there is a pole on fire by the liquor store and Mill Seed building. I saw a snap of Alliant Energy spraying the top pole. There's fire in the middle. It looks like looks like a little dangerous, but I believe they have it under control.
Well, hopefully the power doesn't go out, since
That
that's
would be
pretty close.
Well, you'll know what happened if we go under. Okay, highlights. Reports a subject would like to speak with a police officer. 102 responded and was unable to locate the subject. Changed their mind. Reports that her boyfriend's mom is not leaving after staying for a few days and would like for her to leave. 92.9 responded and spoke with the subject. She's able to stay the night.
That's good.
Resolved.
I assume the last night, though.
The life of love. Caller reported seeing a white Tahoe with a 2-year-old hanging out the window, headed towards Washington. 108 responded and was able to find the vehicle. No driving issues. No one was hanging out the window at that time. Unfounded.
So since it was at that time, not in trouble.
Seems...
Is there?
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say.
I don't know how it works.
Got to keep the children in the car. There's a few other highlights here. Caller reports he's been kicked out of the house by his stepdad. 92.8 made contact with both parties. He was not kicked out, but he was made aware that he needed to follow the rules of the household, and he was allowed to return.
It didn't say. Does it say juvenile or just?
No, we don't know if this person is 14, 24, or 34. In all fairness, I lived in my mom's basement when I opened the restaurant. After college, kind of getting my footing, deciding on more school or what was in store for my life. It was the best years of my life. I haven't shared this with you before. 2 more highlights. Reported someone hit his mailbox sometime since late last night. No tire tracks visible. 9215 responded. Incident did not look like criminal mischief. The group of mailboxes were backed into and pushed over. Unfortunate. Some TikTok and Snapchat harassment, also unfortunate. And then finally, we had some smoke detectors going off 3 times, multiple responses, but and change of batteries, they're defective. I'm glad the person's on top of their smoke detectors, though. Shout out to the fire department yet again. That concludes our police report. We have some almanac stuff. We'll have a break, and then join us for Amy Green with 4-H. What do we have for almanac?
It's just one thing today. You ready for it?
Okay.
It's castrate animals. It's a good day to castrate your animals.
Been there, done that.
Twice.
You have twice?
No, with Gus.
Oh, Gus was neutered.
Same difference.
It's a good day to castrate your animals. We're going to leave it at that. You're watching Washington Live. I am your host, Jaron Rosine. We're powered by KCTC. Hang on for After the Break with Amy Green.
At Ace, we're eager to assist you with all your shopping needs. Whether that be finally painting that room, getting ready for the next hunting season, or upgrading your bathroom. Whatever it may be, we'll make sure you get what you need.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Our producer is Nick Steffens. Our publisher is Matt Bryant. And our guest is Amy Green. Hey, Amy.
Hello.
Happy to have you on.
Thank you.
So Amy is the ISU Extension 4-H and Youth Coordinator. Did I get that right?
That is correct.
That is a lot of stuff.
That is. When you answer the phone, it sounds like we have a really long title, yes. But I work at the Extension office, which is located on the fairgrounds.
So tell us about that. What do you do in your role?
This time of year, like Friday before the county fair, I run around with my head cut off. But the rest of the year, I am in charge of the 4-H program. So anything that you see attached to the 4-H Clover, I support the volunteers who lead that, train the volunteers, recruit the volunteers, and support them in their positions. I would recruit kids and lead programs and coordinate programs like workshops or field trips or things that we would do for our members in the program, and that happens all year long. And then help them put together the county fair where kids who are a member of our program get to come and showcase and compete. And so that's the prime of my job in June and July for sure, is making that county fair happen.
Which really focuses around the events. So you are putting the people and the things together for, how long have you been doing this, by the way?
I have been in this position for 12 years.
And then you have a legacy of it. I know we don't want to get emotional, but I think of your mother and all of the wonderful things that she's done in the same in that same building.
Yeah. My mom was the county director and bookkeeper and a lot of other things at the Extension office, and I was able to start when she worked there as well, and so we tag team.
I love that legacy. Yeah. Let's talk about the events that you're coordinating. What are some highlights that people can look forward to during this fair week?
Honestly, our fair board has done an amazing job to have public entertainment coincide constantly with the 4-H and FFA competitions. And so I'm doing anything that those kids are competing in. We have already done our clothing and communication events. And then Saturday, tomorrow morning, bright and early, we start with judging, which isn't really open to public, but all the kids come and all the kids bring their projects. So woodworking and welding and food nutrition and photography and all of that stuff that they have, they want to showcase. This is what I learned. This is what I made, and then get evaluated for that will be tomorrow.
Well, this was not on my list, but as a former 4-H member, when I was
Yeah,
9
woo-woo.
years old, Franklin Cubs here.
Yes.
If someone is interested in being in 4-H, should they just stop by the extension office maybe after Fair Week to learn about it, or what is the process for being in 4-H?
Yeah, to be in 4-H, it is 4th grade and above to have membership. 4th through 12th grade are a part of our 4-H clubs. And it is an all-year program. It runs similarly to the school year. So we would say sign up for the new year is kind of in September.
Okay.
And then we run until now is kind of the end of the year celebration with
big-
County Fair. Yeah, exactly. So we have in Washington County 18 4-H clubs that kids can choose from. And some are localized to certain kind of school districts. Some are specialty clubs of we want to do horse and we want to be in a club with all the kids that do horse. And so we have some of those as options too. But yes, they could absolutely stop by the extension office, hit up our website to get, what are all those clubs? When do they meet? Start talking to some of your friends. And we all like to do things with our friends. So if you have friends in 4-H, like what club are you in? And, which one should I join? And we do have some clubs that close because there are so many members, and we want to make
there's a
sure,
wait list,
yeah,
and
we
it's-
want to make sure it's a good, safe, enjoyable environment. And so, but we have lots to choose from, and we'll
There's
find a place for you.
There's opportunity.
Yeah,
I like that
absolutely.
the variety of things that interest you can do, whether it's photography or garden or animals, and all of the animals that there are to choose from. And there's just a lot of options for kids. I mean, you mentioned clothes and communication. Another event that spawned for me, will you tell us about the Pride of Iowa event that you coordinate?
Pride of Iowa is a local contest only, so they would not, compete to go to the state fair in this contest, but it's kind of like a food show kind of thing where you pick some recipe food item that has an ingredient that's grown in Iowa, which is everything. It can be honey, it could be pork, it could be, so beans, whatever.
The berries, I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
events. I've had the privilege to judge this in the past, not this year. They, of course, keep those judges fresh, but it was a super fun event
Yeah,
to judge.
they
The
pick
kids
that
are awesome.
recipe, they make samples, so you get to come as a fair goer and
They make it in
sample all
front of you,
these.
yeah.
Yep, they kind of make it, do their little food show commercial kind of thing, and it's how I get supper on Thursday night. You go hit up all the booths and get all the food samples, and
And it
so.
develops those skills, which I think is super cool, too.
Yeah.
But other events, what else are some highlights that are happening during the week that you're...
A lot of people think of the county fair and they think right away of the livestock, which is so huge and important, but it is not all that 4-H is about. So we really encourage people, when coming to the fair, come and check out those projects that are in Delmeyer Hall and see what the kids have done kind of independently and at home. But we do have our robotics club. We have a club called the EagleBots.
Awesome.
They are hosting some STEM activities, STEAM adventures that they're going to be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 1 to 3. And it's their leader and their kids who have coordinated some really cool, like build a boat and race it, and something with a sand table, and things beyond my science knowledge per se, but they are really excited and ready to lead those and are going to be setting up this weekend. So we also have Little Hands on the Farm, which is in our historic round barn. That's just a fun, interactive for kids of all ages can come and experience kind of what the farm is. So
And when is that?
that is every day from 4 to 7, and it's got some extra hours on Wednesday, which is our Kids Day, and lots of activities going on in the fairgrounds on Kids Day. We've got a special thing too I know when people come to the fair and maybe they don't know a 4-H'er, or they don't know much about being in the barns. On Kids Day in the morning, we do have a special barn hosts kind of assignment, and so we have 4-H'ers who have volunteered. They're supposed to wear yellow hats, very cool yellow hats that I have provided, but they will be kind of stationed at their animal in those barns, and so that's your sign that you can go and talk to them and
Awesome.
pet their animal and learn about that species. And so we've got kids doing a lot of leadership for us.
The highlights that I'm hearing, we have from 4 to 7 every day, Little Hands on the Farm in the Round Barn, which is if you come into the community center entrance, the Round Barn is right there.
Yes.
Dahlmeyer Hall is where people should make a point to go in and check out the other projects. Dahlmeyer Hall is in the ISU Extension Building. It's in the lower level, and that's kind of near the grandstand. If people want to go, how do people get tickets? Do they just show up at the gate, or what's the best way to go to the fair?
You should come to the fair more than one day because there's fun things going on all the time.
That's the best deal, I believe.
It is financially. There's a day pass available that you can just buy at the gate the day you come in. There's also a season pass available, which will give you all 6 days for $25.
And the day pass is 10. So if you just get a season pass and go,
Just
check
come
it all
3
out.
days, exactly. And you can just come out for lunch and get a great lunch and go back to work if you want to. Like, people do that sometimes. We've got a lot of food vendors and good things out there for that
Supports
too.
the service organizations. Most of the food vendors give back. So you're giving to them for food, and it's giving back to the community if you go for lunch. Stick around for after the break. I'm talking to Amy Green, the ISU 4-H and Youth Coordinator. I'm Jaron Rosine, the host of Washington Live, powered by KCTC. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation and play the birthday game.
At Ace, we're eager to assist you with all your shopping needs. Whether that be finally painting that room, getting ready for the next hunting season, or upgrading your bathroom. Whatever it may be, we'll make sure you get what you need.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine, and our guest today is Amy Green. We've been talking 4-H. We're powered by KCTC, and they're also helping out at the fair. Would you shout out to what's going on?
Yes, huge shout out to KCTC because since 2020, the crazy COVID year of fair, they have generously set up live stream of our livestock shows, and then there's a couple shows where you just can't be in two places at once, so they record those for us. They have on their YouTube channel a constant during the county fair, Washington County Fair shows being run, and so we appreciate their staff being out there, and we get to bump elbows as they're recording, and we're making sure we're saying all the right things to be on the camera, but we appreciate their work, and we know people are watching from the barns and from California, and
oh yeah, they
so
could
it's
be
cool.
a building over and watching
Yeah.
while they take care of their animals or are looking at exhibits. How, if people want to watch and live stream, or they, for their schedule, how do people do that?
I don't have the website memorized, but if you were to go to YouTube, KCTC's YouTube page, it's linked right up there for that. So,
And you can tell by the logo of our sponsorship how to find what they look like if you Google KCTC or find them on YouTube. That's a great idea. Yeah. So Amy's sticking around. We're going to play the birthday game. But first, Nick wanted to talk about kind of this big picture global thing that's happened in the last 2 weeks. Nick, tell us about this other kind of changing gears, this other historic thing.
Yeah, have you guys seen the stuff for the
I haven't actually seen
the new James Webb telescope? Is that what?
So this is like the $10 billion telescope that I think has been delayed and worked on for years. It's the next thing comparative to the Hubble, as I understand it.
Yes.
And it's the ability to look into the farthest reaches of the beginning.
Yeah, because with the way like light travels, like it's looking so far that by the time the light would have traveled, it's like 13 billion years ago.
You know, I give Nick a hard time saying when he doesn't do well at math, I'm like, oh, he just finished school. But a very smart dude. We were talking about Aristotle and Plato, how he didn't like write anything down. Nick is
I actually was almost an astronomy tutor at UNI, but then they changed the requirements for tutoring to you had to be that major. But I was just going to do it for fun.
Amy, do you have any knowledge in this field?
I don't. I live in the country, so I get to go in my yard and look at the stars and enjoy them in ways that people in town don't. But that's about it.
Well, Nick, tell us some of the highlights before we play our birthday game. What should we know? Oh, wow.
So yeah, there's some photos of what it's captured. Some interesting things that I found out. It was a concept in 1989. It wasn't being built till 2004, and then in 2021 there was almost an accident with the launch, and so 17 years and billions of dollars almost went just down the drain.
That is kind of the thing with the space program. It is.
Yeah. So what else was there? Yeah, basically it's.
Is there anything unique about this telescope?
So you can find some old ones online from Hubble where they're like blurry and grainy. This is like upgrading, I guess, to like HD TV.
Okay.
Where it's like this is like 5 galaxies interacting with each other.
And I should know who it's named after. Who, James Webb?
I don't know who James Webb
was. We're not doing well with our facts today.
But this is like the deepest picture of space ever. Every dot you see is a galaxy.
Oh, wow. I can see. Yeah.
So this is
the ring.
And then the 6-pointed stars, I believe, are stars that have exploded or galaxies that are like, I don't know.
Because it's capturing light. Yeah, that's amazing.
So
well, now we learned something today. If you hadn't heard, the $10 billion launch of the telescope, and we have the first images released. Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Yeah, I won't bore you with the like hexagonal, all that stuff about why it's all hexagonal.
We don't want to learn
we don't want to learn too much. This isn't PBS.
That is perfect. You're watching Washington Live. Of course, we're going to play our birthday game, and then we're going to do national days. I forgot to mention this at the beginning about birthday shout-outs. I didn't have any on our list for this week.
I don't think I saw any comments.
But you can always put those in the chat. We can do belated birthday shout-outs, and we can email shout-outs to washialive@gmail.com and send them my way. Actually, I think I was at the bar last night, and I'm supposed to give a belated birthday shout-out, and it's gone. I apologize to whoever that was.
It goes to everybody.
Happy birthday, belated. Oh, gosh, I'm going to take flack for this one. Who do we have for birthdays that we're playing the birthday game? We have a change of rules, by the way.
Oh,
Nick,
yes.
Tell us, what are the rules of this game we're playing?
Since I can't do math, as you hinted at, we've changed it where now it's not like the lowest score like golf, where it's however close you were. Now it's you have to get the birthday within 3 years to get a point. So you have a 6-year
gap.
Oh,
and we get a
gap.
point. If we
Either
land
way.
it right on, we get 2 points.
Yes, and if you
So
land it
there's
right
still
on.
a little math involved. I'll get my
There
pen out
is.
for you.
But I should be able to handle it this time.
All right, I think we have 6 celebrity birthdays. I wish people could play along, but I mean, I guess you can watch along.
Yes.
So who do we have?
First up, we have Forrest Whitaker, known for several TV shows and movies throughout his years. This is a younger image of him.
Well, how am I supposed to tell if this is a younger image?
Because I could not find a good image of
Do
said
I
that you're-
say it out loud?
Yes, you do.
How do I know that won't change your?
It will, so we
Well,
can alternate
yeah,
going
you-
first. You can go
alternate.
first on this one,
Oh, okay.
or I can, and I'll go first on this
I'm
one.
really horrible at this kind of thing. I'm going to say
love that.
68.
68. Okay, I'll go 60. And I'm just blindly guessing.
He is 61.
Okay. Sorry, Amy. Gosh dang it. I actually want
I hope I'm not
somebody to-
insulting anyone through this game because I really am bad at
Well, every
guessing
lady is 30, as you
ages.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah.
they're mostly dudes.
I know.
They're all dudes.
I think, yeah, there was.
Are there no female birthdays? Go ahead with the next one.
We have Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
Oh, that's who that is. Okay, I'll go first, and I'll say 48. 48.
48.
I'm going to go much older, as in 56.
All right.
He is 55.
Woo!
So we tied it up. We've tied it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
You got it.
Okay, so
Who's
now we'll have Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian.
Have you seen his stuff?
I have. My husband is a comedian himself.
Okay. So you have the inside track. What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know that. I would say 42.
I will go to the 50.
He is 46, so no points.
No points given to either. So we're tied up.
Man.
All right, who's
Tied up.
next? Let's keep her moving.
Okay, we have a very famous comedic actor, Will Ferrell. And I believe this is a very recent
Oh, it's in my-
image.
I'll go 62.
I'll go.
You could go one up or one below, but now that doesn't really matter. You just.
I
you do
just
you.
hate guessing 56 again.
56.
What'd you say, Jay?
I said 62, I think.
He is 55.
Woo!
All right,
That's my
Amy.
lucky number.
I do
Okay,
love-
so now Will Ferrell's birthday is actually tomorrow. Forgot to mention that. And now we're going to Sunday's birthday.
Now, Amy is in the lead, and we have
Yes.
2 more birthdays.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have David
Is
Hasselhoff.
he still alive?
Yes.
After that.
No one hassles the Hoff.
Is
What
this
are you
the current
talking about?
picture? Current picture?
This is I
Outdated.
think it's a year old. I think
Okay.
this was for the promo he did.
I think
something
you
he
have to
did.
go first.
I
mean,
do. Does anyone remember the hamburger incident? Yes, I
hamburger?
do. Yes, he was in a blackout state of intoxication, crawling after a hamburger. Poor guy. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, we all have been there.
Your horse stories for later.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll guess first. Very doubt. Lots of skin.
Yeah, this was the like.
Thank you, Nick. 72.
And I will say 70. 70.
70?
He is 70. So 2
Son
points.
of a
Oh my gosh!
gun.
Beginner's luck.
And I
Okay,
get
you
one.
can,
Beginner's luck.
you can come back.
So it's 4-2. Okay, I'm going to get this age right on. Luke Bryan.
Yes, Luke Bryan. I will note. You know how hard it was to find an image where his face wasn't airbrushed?
Is this looks airbrushed.
It still is, but this is like not as bad as
I
the
don't
other
care.
ones.
I love him on American Idol.
Okay, so you want
Love
to go
him.
first with this one?
Love
I
him
think
on
it is your
American
turn.
Idol. I'm going to say he's 46.
Oh, interesting. I was going to go in the lowers, but I think you might be right. I'll go 44.
He is 46.
This is amazing!
These new
The crowd goes wild!
these new rules suck. I'll help you with them.
You finally met your match, Jaron.
Amy has 6 points. Jaron has 2 points. I got my butt kicked.
And you said there's no prize. Darn it, the one
prize
time
is
I win.
winning.
Man.
Oh, I think we have one more thing. Would you close out our national days today? What else is going on? Let's
yes.
work through them quick.
So today it's National I Love Horses Day.
We have horse stories for another time.
Yes. National Pet Fire Safety Day.
Excellent.
National Give Something Away Day. So stop by a Goodwill.
Awesome.
Tomorrow is National Personal Chef Day.
Lovely.
This will be great for my girlfriend and I. World Snake Day is also tomorrow.
They're godparents to this large anaconda.
Yes, I am a stepfather to
There is going to be a
ball python.
rattle show snake at the state fair or county fair. Put on your. It's
When
a
is that
show.
one?
It's a show every day.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know what time.
I read this. We'll talk about that on the Monday show, this rattlesnake show. I
Rattlesnake?
did read about it.
Yeah, big rattlesnake.
And then we have a few other national days on Sunday. What are the Sunday days?
National Lottery Day. So if you're feeling lucky, go pick up a scratcher. National Tattoo Day and National Yellow Pig Day. Just yellow pigs.
Well, thank you very much, Nick.
Yes.
That's our producer, Nick Steffens. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Our guest has been Amy Green. We've been talking about the fair. We'll also talk about the fair on Monday's show with our guests, Kurt and John. You've been watching Washington Live, powered by KCTC.